Hello, Collective. Okay, so today's reading is about the solar eclipse that's happening at the moment on the 12th of August, 2026. We will only get another eclipse like this in like another 20 years, 2045, if I'm not mistaken. And we've just come through the Lionsgate portal, and it was like a big Lionsgate portal because all the numbers of the dates, the 8th of the 8th of 2026 reduced to 8. So it was a massive Lionsgate portal. Don't know if you guys felt it, like if you had like any energy amplifications or if things have happened since then. And I know for myself, I felt this solar eclipse since yesterday. Like I was quite low. I felt quite a heavy, energetic like weight on me for like that was quite random. I kind of woke up to it. So I decided and was called to do a reading for the solar eclipse for the collective because there's a lot going on in the collective at the moment. Especially this year, there's been a lot happening. So I pre-pulled the cards, I shuffled, I prayed over the cards, and this is the message. So the oracle card that I pulled as our crowning card is number 28. Now the jade card. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. The gift of spirit, the gift of life is now. We own nothing, so we will not be owned. As free will begins, we embrace now with all love. It is our single opportunity to be. Though we may disguise it from ourselves, we never exist outside of now. If you have ever asked for guidance or support, you know that it comes now. Know this, trust this. We all are now. With all the stimuli present in our society, we must remember to simplify, sit in silence, and live now. So, again, this very much coincides with the energy that I'm getting with the intensity of the collective at the moment and what is happening this year. Like, there's a lot happening. And just a reminder to stick with the now, to be present in the present moments. So, I pulled quite a few cards, like trying to figure out like what the universe wanted the collective to know. And I'm going to tell you what the cards are and then give you the message. We have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Cups, Death, Six of Swords, Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Emperor, and the Magician. And then I've got conclusion cards, which I'll get to shortly. So this kind of comes through as like a story, right? It starts with the Eight of Swords. Okay, the Eight of Swords represents being caught in a mental prison that we create for ourselves. So I'm getting that the collective has come from a place of being imprisoned, being stuck, being held, bound by their own mental. I want to say hojos, that's what I call them. Hojos are bugs, like mental insects, like these parasitic, lack mindsets, little thought molecules that we all have within ourselves, but these were immense and kind of took over. Then we have the Five of Cups, where we're living in regret, right? Where we're looking at the regret, these three cups that have fallen and are now empty, and not seeing the two cups that we have left, the possibilities and the things that are left behind, right? We're focused on the regret, on the loss, on the negativity. So that kind of coincides with this mental prison. We were stuck in a mental prison that we kind of put in ourselves because we chose to look at our loss, chose to look at our lack. I say us, we, very, very synchronistic to my own journey. Um, so this place of self-doubt, self-lack, this self-imprisonment that we've put ourselves in mentally, has now, I think, with the Lion's Gate, right? And it's funny that we started this reading with an eight. Um, the self-lack, the self-doubt has now transitioned, right? We have gone through death. We've gone through death. Death is not death, okay? It can, depending on the reading, but this represents rebirth, right? We have been reborn. We have been reborn into a new. The divine has come through and given us. It's almost like an ego death. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but like an ego death where the self doubt and self lack version of ourselves has now died, and we have been transported with the Six of Swords. This card represents being guided like a refugee from one negative space into a positive space. The traditional card is two people sitting in the front of a boat with a boat and a person guiding the boat. That person represents spirits or guides, taking you from one area to the next, from one negative space to a new positive space or a new beginning. So it very much coincides with this rebirth energy. We as the collective have gone through a rebirth. We are now refugees of our old state, of our lack mindset version of selves, and we are moving towards or to calmer waters, greener pastures. And the clarifiers that I got for that were the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So the Queen of Cups represents self-love, a love of self, and a positive aspect of understanding of ourselves, right? It is a very self healing card. It also represents internal healing. So where we have gone to, where the universe has transported us to, is to a place of healing, where we are able, with the Seven of Swords, to um, where we are able to, with the Seven of Swords, gain our own resources. We are able and capable of gaining our own resources because we've healed. We are no longer in the state of um, regret or bound by our own mental inabilities or lack mindset. We are now able to pick up these swords and use them to our benefit, to our own, um, to our needs, our desires. And I ask the universe where this is going, where this journey is leading, right? Because we've come over the waters. We've come from this negative space to a positive space of self-healing and getting our resources and being capable and able and knowing that we are capable and able, which is the complete opposite of where we've come from, right? To the Emperor and the Magician card, which is quite impactful because these are two major arcana cards, right? The Emperor is the divine masculine. It's action orientated. It is building an empire. This is an individual that has built an empire, that has gained wisdom, that has the physical um, rewards or evidence of their hard work, of this empire that they've built. And the magician is the magician. They are the ultimate manifester. They take all the tools and the skills and the knowledge and the experiences that they have gained in life and are able to bring forth what they need and what they want from the divine. So bringing it from the ethers, from the imagination into reality, into the physical. So this is the transition that the collective has gone through. It is a major transition from like lack mindsets, being bound, to being free, to standing at the pinnacle of, or sitting in the throne of their own empire, bringing forth their manifestations, their desires, their wants, their needs into the physical. Then we've got the conclusion card, which is the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So the Nine of Cups talks about self-love. It talks about holding your own, holding yourself, kind of having yourself, if that makes sense, in a love and emotional, in an emotional capacity. Very much self-love, very much self-capacity. Again, coming from this lack mindset, this holding yourself in imprisonment with your mind, to holding yourself in comfort and in support with your emotions, right? It's going from a mental state to an emotional state. And with the Ace of Cups, the universe is gifting you love, gifting you, this is a divine gift. It's a new beginning. Aces represent new beginnings. The universe has given you a new beginning of healedness, of a version of yourself that is healed, that is complete, that is whole, that is gifted by the divine on an emotional level. Trust your emotions to guide you, right? To get you to this point of fulfillment. Because that's what I get from this Ace of Cups. It is a level of fulfillment. It's a level of having enough. Your cup is overflowing, right? Um, and then I pulled another oracle card as the like final message from the divine about this transition in this solar eclipse. Eclipses talk about like I'm hearing versions of self. It's all of these planets, these six planets that are aligned, right? Or these, I'm not too sure how many planets, but I'm hearing six planets that are aligned that completely eclipse each other. It's the six versions of yourself that are kind of merging into each other to create this better version of yourself, right? Oh, we have the number 48. which represents truth, turquoise. Truth is unique expression of spirit. We are all individual. We carry a piece of the same truth. We decide with all that we are how we will create each moment. When we strive truth complete when we serve truth completely, it serves us. It resounds in our being and releases all doubt. We each have our own truths. Time has come for them to join in respect. What? So again, like this, I have not looked at this card, guys. This card was like hidden. I even said I want to be a hidden because I love it when it does that. I love when readings kind of like come together. This card is talking about these levels of self, these planetary versions of ourselves coming together. We each have our own truths. The time has come for them to join in respect. These versions of yourself, all versions of yourself, the lower levels, the lower frequency levels, the high frequency levels, the mid frequency levels of self, all the versions of yourself that have come to pass and that are coming to fruition are coming together to join to create this ultimate version of yourself, this ultimate, I'm hearing the emperor version of yourself, this wise, um, I want to say bespoke. I don't think that even like makes sense, but if it makes sense, like take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It is coming together, bringing us all together, all of our versions of ourselves into one unique version, right? Into the ultimate version. I'm going to clarify this. I want to, oh, amazing. Thank you. Oh, we have the Empress. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's like, um, the Emperor and the Empress are divine counterparts, right? But there are also two versions of one soul being, the ultimate soul being, the masculine and the feminine, which we all have within ourselves. What I'm getting is there's with this eclipse, there's going to be a balance of each version, the giver and the receiver, the grower and the harvester. Um, Wow, this is beautiful, very fruitful, very sitting in your throne of your empire, but also the fruit and sitting in the fruits that you have reaped from this harvest of all that you've gone through. That is awesome. Like I can't think of a more clarifying situation. It links us with senses of timeless perfection, unconditionally supports the universe, integrates polarities, struggles, beliefs, sources of love, balances meridians, hemispheres in the body. This eclipse, the solar eclipse, is balancing the meridians of each of us. It is bringing the negative and the positive into alignment to create a neutral sense. And neutrality is the universe, it is the divine. Good and evil are two opposite ends of one whole, right? The divine is God, the higher being, the ultimate source of life is a neutral entity. It is neutral energy that can be used either positively or negatively depending on the intention. But I think with this eclipse, everybody is going to come into this like manifester energy where we are totally aligned with the neutrality of the divine, coming into alignment with the divine's energy. Um, to be able to bring in, to create, to not just imagine these things into the divinity of the ethers, but to bring it into the physicality, very alchemizing energy. And I use these. This was my first oracle deck. It's called the Crystal Oracle deck, and I always find crystals and like physical. Amalgamations of minerals like crystals and gemstones is like divine alchemy, right? It's alchemizing multiple minerals, pressure, heat, cold, um, into a thing, right? Into a crystal with certain or gemstones with certain properties. So I feel like the collective is going to become an alchemizer. I'm hearing philosopher's stone. You could hear that often. That could be very significant for you. Um, and green is very energetically like wholesome right now with this all these cup energies. There's a lot of like heart chakra energy going on right now. I would suggest if you're feeling like very heavy in your heart chakra, drinking some cocoa, ceremonial cacao, or even if you don't have ceremonial cacao, like drinking some like hot cocoa would definitely like resonate well and do a lot of healing for the heart. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I bless all of you during this solar eclipse. I hope you find your alignment with the divine. I hope you are able to bring in everything that you're manifesting and ground yourself into this idea, this understanding that you are capable, that you are able. Maintains its presence in the now, honors all bodies, strongly connects etheric and physical forms. What the hell? I love these cards. These cards are so amazing. I love them. Helps consciously to integrate brainwaves. So I'm hearing that you're going to consciously integrate your manifestations into the physical reality. You just need to come to a point of neutrality, be in the present, be in the now, align your bodies, align your feminine and your masculine. Hello, my kitty. Hello. Um, Bless. Number 28 and 48 are very significant. This reduces to 10 and 12, which reduces to 3. And 8 is also very, 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 very significant. So bless, divines. The universe has your back. The universe has your back. Bless.